Can two different products change the way we build PCs forever? Well, we think so. The only question we have is, what took it so long to become a thing? This is the Edge PSU and the Hydroshift 360 AIO from Lian Li, and we're going to give you an overview of what they're all about right here, right now on Robeytech. We have a bit of a different video for you guys. Today, we're going to look at two very different PC components. One that's typically in the limelight and another that's quite comfortable backstage. Now, before we get too far into this video, I do want to let you know that Lian Li has actually sponsored this, but this isn't going to be like some random ad read for the Hydroshift 360 and the Edge. The Robeytech team has actually been eagerly awaiting to get our hands on these, not only since we went to Computex, but actually when we went to Taipei in January and got to hang out with them for that whole Lian Li showcase thing. Given how many PCs we build around here, we've been very excited to check these out, and we're extremely glad that Lian Li gave us the opportunity. So what we want to do in this video is give you an overview of both the Lian Li Edge and the Hydroshift 360. We're going to tell you about what makes them unique and talk about who would benefit from these two products. Since PSUs don't typically get the same attention that some of the other sexier PC parts do, let's start with the Lian Li Edge. See, the Lian Li Edge is really a unique power supply that offers a few layers of ease to building inside of a dual chamber PC case like Lian Li's very own O11 series, or like what we have here, a hybrid NZXT H7 Flow. Rather than having to plug cables into the end of the PSU, install it, and then deal with the cable spaghetti, the Edge moves most of the connections up to this shelf, so when you actually sit it inside of the case, boom, the cables are accessible, the plugs are accessible, everything is accessible and easy to get to. Not only that, but you may have noticed that there are actual ports still at the end of the PSU. These are USB ports. That's right, the Edge serves as an internal USB hub that's powered too. Lian Li also gives users the option to either connect the Edge directly to the motherboard, which is awesome, or the bonus, you can run a cable out to a USB Type A port on the back of your system, leaving those two on the motherboard, or three depending on which motherboard you have, for you to use however you want. Now you're probably thinking, Robey, that's pretty wild, but you haven't told us anything about the power delivery. Well, be patient. I know you're eager, but I had to tell you about what makes the Edge first. See, the Lian Li Edge is available in three different wattages. You got 850, 1000, and 1300 watts. Both the 1000 watt and 1300 watt versions are available in black and white, while the 850 version is only available in black at the time of making this video. Pricing for the Edge PSU ranges from $149.99 to $239.99. Bonus though is that these are actually platinum efficiency PSUs. The Edge earns its grading through a certification process that shows everything from power efficiency under different loads to power fluctuations as well as noise levels. That's not just from one source either, that's from three sources. That's platinum in the 80+ standard, cybernetics, and the brand new PSU Power Level Plan, or PPLP standard, at both 115 volts and 230 volts. See, helping this efficiency are Japanese and industrial grade EPCOS capacitors. Listen, I know that talk about efficiency and capacitors is more excitement than most decent people can handle, but we need to keep this a family show. So if you're like throwing dollar bills at your screen, I'm gonna need you to simmer down, because that's exactly how these capacitors help the Edge. They help resist voltage changes, smooth out power delivery, and filter noise, all while providing protection against temperature spikes, overvoltage, undervoltage, overcurrent, and beyond. And all of this power is delivered to components through a set of individually wrapped braided nylon cables that are super flexible. Guess what? I'm not just gonna be using the same PSUs, because I can cable manage these things. They also come with cable combs pre-installed too, look. They're right there. And they match the color of the PSU too, with one small exception. See, the Edge has a 16-pin cable with a little bit of blue on the end. And this right there is very important, because this can help PC builders know with certainty that their GPU is plugged in correctly. And if you want to know more about that, you can check out our whole guide on that right here. This cable is also slightly thicker to handle all of the power going to the GPU. All of this is Lian Li's way of giving users better peace of mind using this style of GPU cable. And just a quick note before moving on, the cables for the 1300 watt Edge are the same thickness as the GPU cables. Basically, Lian Li has done some really thoughtful things with the Edge, and I know you want me to talk about the cables and capacitors, but we've got to move on and talk about the Hydroshift 360 before we talk about who would benefit from these. I think you'll understand more once we get there. Okay, this is the Lian Li Hydroshift 360. It's an all-in-one liquid CPU cooler that gives DIY PC builders an option for managing their AIO hoses. Now, this may not sound like a big deal, but think about this. Let's say that you want to just build the most beautiful showcase PC. The cables are managed so well thanks to the PSU, like the Edge, but the AIO hoses are they're just left dangling there. Nobody likes the danglies, but we've just come to accept that's how things are gonna be. And Lian Li says, no sir, they do not. With special retention brackets that can be mounted to either side of the radiator and clips to keep the hoses in place, and just like that, the hoses are minimized. But Lian Li just didn't say no sir once. They said it 3 different ways. They said it with a whisper, they wrote it in lights and mirrors, and they said it with an explosive fireworks display. In other words, the Hydroshift is actually available in 3 different models. The stealth-focused, whisper-quiet Hydroshift 360S, the RGB explosion that is the Hydroshift 360R, and the high-powered fans meets classy RGB lighting of the Hydroshift 360TL. Each version is equipped with a 2.88-inch LCD on the pump head for your favorite clips, GIFs, and system resource references, and under the hood, they all have pumps inspired by the Lian Li Galahad 2 Performance AIOs. The S version focuses on silent operation, while the R and TL versions place a higher priority on pump power. The fans for each of these models are also unique to the purpose as well. You got silent fans for the performance for the S, you got RGB fan blades for the R, you got Lian Li's Posh Plus Performant Unifan TLs for the TL version, and then at launch, you got the Hydroshift 360S with an MSRP of $179.99, then it's $199.99 for the 360R, and finally $259.99 for the Hydroshift 360TL. Each iteration of the Hydroshift 360 is available in black or white. So that's a lot of quick information, but the big question is what kind of PC builder is going to benefit from Lian Li's new Edge PSU and the Hydroshift 360 AIOs? Honestly, we think these 2 products benefit the same group of people. PC builders who love to build in dual chamber or showcase style PC cases and love clean cable management. With the Edge, you have unhindered access to PSU ports, you have a built-in powered USB hub, and flexible cabling. Not only that, they did this all in a really unique form factor while prioritizing efficiency and stability with the highest tier performance and efficiency. With the Hydroshift, you have an AIO with a built-in solution for routing AIO hoses, as well as options in color, levels of RGB lighting, you have pump acoustics, fan acoustics, and overall performance. That's a lot of options. And both products can really help both the builder and the build succeed through a smart use of the available space that they actually occupy. And when you're building in cases that prioritize openness to showcase components, you want as few distractions as possible. See, if you were building in, like for instance, an Asus BTF inside of a dual chamber case and you paired it with an Edge and a Hydroshift, not only would your build experience be all that more awesome with easy access to power ports and flexible cabling, but you'd also have minimal visible hosing as well. And I don't know about you, but a super clean build and building experience just sound like a dream to me. Now, we hope you learned a thing or two here about Lian Li's new AIO and power supplies. We want to give a huge shout out to Lian Li for sponsoring this video and giving us the opportunity to check out both the new Edge PSU and Hydroshift 360 AIO. But we want to know what you think. Do you like having options like these in power supplies and AIOs? Were there features that really stood out to you? Let us know all that in the comments below. Now, while you're down there, go ahead and slap that subscribe button, whip that like button, and ring the notification bell so that you get a notification each and every time we post videos like this right here on Robeytech. Also, if you want to continue the conversation or you now have crazy idea about what kind of build you could do with an AIO or a PSU like this, head over to our Discord server, discord.gg/Robeytech. Amazing place to talk to like-minded PC and tech enthusiasts who'd love to continue the conversation. You know what? You might just make a friend. Also, make sure you follow us on all the socials at Robeytech, absolutely everywhere. Thank you so much for watching this video, and we look forward to seeing you on the next one.